Hello everybody, thanks so much for checking out another tactical lockpicking video from Uncensored Tactical. So I recently did one on my 3 least favorite lockpicking tools. That'll be linked in the show notes. Today we're doing my top 3 favorite lockpicking entry tools. And one of them is my absolute favorite. It's just super cool, and the other 2 are not really in any particular order. So here we go. Number 1, breaking rules already. These are 2 different sets that I bought separately from different places, and I use them as my first go-to when I'm doing a raking or a picking opening, when I'm manipulating something inside a keyway. And the reason they're both taking the number 1 spot together is they're interchangeable. So I use either one of these tension wrenches. I'll use any of these rakes or this rake. I'll use this lifter or that lifter, and I just mix them up. Whatever fits. I use whatever fits. So the price for this is a Bogota PI tool set, or the Bogota Pi set. It's spelled with a P and an I, and the joke is they're 3.14 inches long. Pi, the math thing. So you can get these on searpick.com for about 45 bucks. These are the mace picks from Sparrows, and they are much less expensive. They feel a little bit different, these 2 sets, but these are 15 bucks. So definitely, this is my number 1 recommendation for people that are just starting out in lockpicking. And it comes with a bunch of these tension wrenches in different shapes and widths and bends. But I choose the one that's the most thick because this one's a little bit less thick. Storage. Almost no matter what type of wallet you have, for the most part, this Bogota PI set, I used to keep it right here in my wallet, and I never had any issues. The mace picks are a little bit different. I used to take those. I have a bunch of articles talking about this same topic. These are my everyday carry lock picks. I just shove my mace picks behind one of my ID windows in whatever wallet that I have, and I shove my ID cards in there, and they stay pretty well. They move around a little bit, but usually I'll know something's going on, like they're moving around too much before they fall out. I'll usually notice it. So that's my number 1, even though it's 2 separate tool sets. In no other particular order. Number 2 is a door latch. This is a Shim latch bypass tool. This is from lockpicks.com, and the price of that is the price of that is 12 bucks on lockpicks.com. And if you're on Sparrow's website, which Sparrow's also makes these mace picks, Sparrow's sells these with a different packaging for 18 bucks, almost 18 bucks. So you save a few bucks if you go the generic route with, I don't know how to say it still, brokage or brockage. If you go the generic route, you save a couple bucks. But if I'm on Sparrow's website, I like so many of their products that I just order these anyways if I'm on their site with them. The thing I like about this, if you use a credit card or an ID card, you can already tell. Let me kind of zoom in for you. You can tell it's a little damaged already, and this was just from one use today. So you can't really use cards that have a magnetic strip that you need. You can't use cards that need to look pretty, like an ID card or a military ID or a law enforcement ID. You can't really be jamming those into door jams. The other problem is they're not very wide from left to right. So if I'm going to push this into a door jam, and I just hit the lever at that point, or the latch at that point, I lose the ability to kind of get a good grip or a good grip or a purchase on that card, because I'm kind of really limited here to manipulate that. Whereas I can take this commercial shim, and if I push it into the same depth, I still have all this area that I can manipulate with one or with 2 hands. And I like these a lot more because it's probably really hard to see, but let me zoom in for you. The width is a lot thinner, and it's very durable. I like that. So this is a tool I got from Oscar Delta. It's really similar to just about any credit card or hotel door key card that you can get. There's a hinge point on it, I did some personal modification so that I can also use this as a kind of a Slim Jim from the pull to open side of the door to kind of grab onto a latch and slip it from the opposite side. But still, I very rarely use it for a shim tool to go through the door jamb and touch the latch. I very rarely use it for that. You can see it's got some really bad wear marks on it. It's just too thick. It's not as flexible as a commercial grade shim like this. And they come in a 6-pack usually, so you're paying maybe $2 per shim for a 6-pack. So that's not bad, that's not expensive, and that'll get you through a lot of doors. And third, this one's my absolute most favorite lock entry tool or obstacle entry tool. It's really hard. Let me rezoom for you. It's really hard to fit the whole thing in the camera. That's what she said. But it's 42 inches long. You'll notice that it's the same length as the distance from the ground up to a door handle, because it's meant to angle up and grab onto a door latch or a door handle. I'll put a quick photo or two in while I talk here. You can makeshift almost all these tools. With these pick tools, you can makeshift them with paper clips. With these shim tools, you can makeshift them with, you can cut out a side of a milk jug or water jug or a 2-liter Coke bottle or something like that. These you can makeshift out of an old, oh look, go figure, an old gift card or something like that. Even laminated paper will work sometimes. This I can makeshift with the Goldfinger reach tool, and that was the first time that I used an under door attack. Was I had my Goldfinger automobile entry tool. It's just a long piece of wire, and it's just semi-flexible. So I bent it to the right shape, and I tied a freaking shoelace to one end, and boom, pop, we're in really quick. So fence wire I've used before. I've also used coat hangers before, and you can use 550 cord. You can use whatever you can think to use. Go for it. It's just, it doesn't, these tools don't work on every door. Obviously, you need to know what your tools will work for. For doors that have knobs instead of handles, this won't work. But for doors that have those handles, and when those handles are pulled to open, when they're kind of double action, where if you manipulate the handle, it also unlocks from the inside. For the doors that this works on, it works fantastically. And it's just so fast and so simple. So it's just my #1 favorite. That is the end of my 3 favorite lockpick tools. Number 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to kind of give an honorable mention here. I really like this easy decoder. You can get that from searpick.com and also from, I think, itstactical.com. And there's some other places that sell them with different handles. But they're really thin. They're really flimsy. They have to be thin when you use it to access like a Master 175. They're really thin. They're really flimsy, and they rip apart really easy. So I don't recommend putting them on a keychain, even though there's a keychain hole there. I like them, but I don't buy a ton of them, and I don't carry them a lot in the field because I'll carry it in my second line gear, not in my first line gear. Because in my first line gear, this will get you into almost as many Master 175s as that, and some other tools, and some other locks. So you can make your own tool out of this that will get you into just about as much as that'll get you into. So that's my kind of honorable mention. I like this because this is faster than putting in the code to many different combination locks out there. So it's like it's faster than having the key, which is why I like that. And thanks so much for checking out our video today. I actually used a separate mic to record today. A couple people have complained about the audio levels, so if you want in the comments, let me know if I've made that a touch better or not, and I hope to see you on the next time. Get over to our Discord channel. It's Insurgency Knitting Circle. The link will be in today's show notes. We talk about lockpicking there every single day, as well as some other really cool topics with some really cool people. Hope to see you on the next one. Thanks so much for spending some time here.